from Charlotte, North Carolina, at a combined weight of over 660 pounds, Rody Rob, Adam Baum, Bionic Brian, the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Adam Baum. We are here to discuss Dynamite from January 19th. That is today. With me, as always, is my co-host, larger than life, in living color, Brian up there. What's up, buddy?
Nothing's up. Hello, sir. I'm doing well. You called me larger than life. That's funny. My first actual in-ring name, my first match, technically, my name was Large. I didn't really have a name. It was just Large.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's weird that you said that.
That was real original. DP says our intro was muted. I must have screwed that up. DP, of course.
Way to go, Adam.
Daniel Price, Juan Rodriguez, Christopher Stykeleather, joining us on the YouTube live chat board. I checked the sound check for the mics. I didn't check that. So, oh well. Rob will yell at me later. It's fine.
He definitely will.
So let's talk about some things. Ironically, when I was doing the production for the show tonight, Brian, the two things that I wanted to lead with, kind of dirt sheetish, ended up being a big thing tonight anyway. We had the tease about Moxley returning beforehand. And probably one of the good things about AEW that they just, I think they do even better than WWE, who's bad about this sometimes. But AEW so far is good. When there's something that we really want that you've teased for us, they give it to us at the start of the show. I know some other people have been critical. Oh, why'd you have Omega and Bryan at the start of the show? Okay, because there's a reason. Why do you have Punk at the start of the show? There's a reason. Why do you have Mox here? There's a reason. Just give them what they want.
Totally with you.
And Mox comes out to a lot of cheers, and one fan, Board, we need your help here. One fan who said, I don't know what.
What did the unruly fan? He must have been drunk or.
Well, Mox replied back, "Go fuck yourself and get that guy out of here."
I wonder if TBS is happy about that. Right, this is their second week on, and he's dropping fucking hard Fs. Even though I just said fucking, but you know what I mean.
Who cares?
You can't say that. You can't say that, man. It's gotta be.
Who cares? I mean,
I don't. We don't. But someone will.
WWE is where little kids are attracting to.
What did he say? So DP is saying the guy said, "Get the garbage truck and get that trash out of the ring."
Okay.
Come on. If that's all he said, stop.
I don't know. I mean, why? I agree with you. I think that's a very hostile line, Brian. But I do agree with you. I don't know why that would set off a performer.
Hostile? That's not.
If they said something derogatory about his daughter, his wife,
Right.
I could see that being a hot button. But somebody essentially heckling him just on him being trash in the ring. I don't know. I don't know that would.
Well, we don't know. We don't know for sure. Oh, because he called him a drunk. Okay, if he said drunk piece of trash.
Oh, okay.
That's a little bit different. You left the.
Yeah, I mean, this is Moxley's return from rehab, and I don't mean for shoulder injury, for alcoholism, and Brian, you're not an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic. But I know we've had alcoholics in our life. The hardest thing an alcoholic has in their life to do is to admit that it's a problem and go seek help. So for me, John Moxley earned a big feather in his cap, as far as I'm concerned, for going and getting the help he needed. And yeah, if that fan actually said, if that's what he said, I'm okay with the reaction.
I am too. does it warrant getting? I mean, I don't know. Did the guy actually get like thrown out? Like, did that actually happen?
Who cares? Let's not give him any more press.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Moxley looked good though. I have to say, like, he looked like slimmed down. His hair was growing out a little bit.
And he said a lot, Brian, here. He teased about 2022, said he's going on a worldwide tour. He's going to go everywhere. I've got to say, for me, I don't know the comparison in TNA. If it's AJ, if it's Sting, if it's Angle, if what it is. Outside of the ropes, there to me is nobody more important to AEW than Jon Moxley. Inside the ropes, it might be Bryan Danielson.
Do you think he's more important than Jericho?
Yeah, absolutely.
I do too. I think.
Absolutely. I cannot think of one booking mistake they've made with Jon Moxley. And we've had others that there was booking errors. Maybe the fireworks, but that wasn't his fault.
You can say that one. The match itself was awesome. I
right.
wouldn't even argue that.
Right. So you get what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
He's done his job. He gets the most pop.
Mm-hmm.
And when you talk about a pop, Brian, that is adulation, right? That is, hey, here's my guy, yeah. But when you want to talk about not just adulation, you want to talk about fucking respect, go back and just take a moment and listen, not to what Jon Moxley is saying, but to what everybody else is not saying. I bet you if somebody had dropped a beer bottle, you would have heard it during Jon Moxley's promo here tonight.
Oh, totally.
And that's the ultimate sign of respect, in my opinion, to any wrestlers, to be quiet when they have something to say.
Well, that's why. I mean, that's another reason why that guy had fucking Moxley had a problem with him. And
yeah, okay, but
I'm not.
That was before Mox had even started.
I'm just saying in general.
Mox hadn't even started the promo yet. People hadn't gotten quiet. They were still popping. He was like the last guy to stop clapping. When everybody's clapping, oh shit, we got to sit down.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll know when you do political rallies.
That's true. I'm starting, man.
The big thing here, that I thought he did very eloquently at the end. It was so simple, but it was so eloquent. I'm thirsty. If you've known an alcoholic or talked to them on their path or road to sobriety, they're not cured. They're no longer wanting.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Do you think he's just like pumping the brakes, or is he just sober for good?
No, it's channeling it, and I think what he was saying, with the follow-up line and all I'm drinking is blood, is because he has to find a new outlet. He has to find a new way to exist. Similar, I was a smoker for years. It was the hardest thing for me to quit smoking was I would have a cigarette when I got in a car and would drive somewhere.
Right.
I'd probably have one 90% of the time was just to drive somewhere. So in the car was when I craved it, not anywhere else.
Now you just suck on lollipops.
Well, no. So I'm saying he probably, when he's on the road, when he's with his boys, when he's, like he said, fighting his demons is when he wants it the most. And if he can channel it into his craft, and in this case, into his character, to say,
sure,
I'm going to beat some ass as a result because I can't do what I want, is that's to drink. I don't know.
What about the other thing? What about Devil's Lettuce? Do you think he can get down with that, or is that something like where you have to? Because, I mean, you could just go into a store. I mean, you could just go into a store and buy booze, too. I guess it's the same.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, is it like he's a pro wrestler? That's something that a lot of them dabble with, I would say. Not all. I don't want to say all, but some.
Yeah, Rocky, go back and watch the whole promo. He said he only
you won't talk about politicians. You're a fucking politician when it comes to talking about that. You just go silent.
Which one?
That's why we need Rhodey here. The Devil's Lettuce.
Oh. I'm sorry. I was reading the board.
No.
I didn't really
Did we
hear
even
you.
introduce the board? I don't even know. Did we?
I did. Rocky Patel's
Oh, you
shown
did.
up. Juan's here. DP's
Yeah. What's up,
here.
Juan?
Stike's here. I get the guy was a prick, but too many AEW guys get triggered a lot and shoot out of kayfabe. Is what.
Yeah,
I
don't know. I just
giving them full carte blanche to just do whatever.
yeah.
Whether it's on the mic or on Twitter or whatever. I do think that they've kind of created their edible. They're dealing with what they've
You say they created their edible or animal?
Animal. Sorry, I kind of
Animal.
like had a hiccup in my throat as I said
Okay.
it. But yeah,
I just want to be clear.
no, yeah. I mean, they've created this by.
You're right.
You know, I mean, it to me has become a trend on Twitter to show when an AEW superstar blocks you. It's one of the things that the WWE Nation does. They're like, oh, look, Kenny Omega doesn't want to listen to me anymore. Oh, TK blocked me. Like,
Yeah,
they
go get this framed.
yeah,
Right.
they wear it as a badge.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I to me, the biggest thing you can do to somebody that's attention seeking is to not give them that attention.
Right.
And this guy, you know, that we've talked about too much already is probably there's a YouTube video out there. I'm sure Cultaholic's gonna cover it. You know, like there's a fine line between, you know, showing it and getting rid of it. Remember the guy who attacked whoever it was on Raw when we were still watching it? Seth.
Yeah.
You know, like, anyway.
Where's Rob? I mean, do we know? I mean, I know he's not obviously in studio. I'm just saying, like, do we know that he wasn't the guy that yelled something at Mox?
Yes. Rob would have probably only yelled at Cody or the Bucks.
He could have been like, Dean Ambrose.
No, he would have been like,
shit in your mom's
if
pillowcase.
Rob was there, he would have been like, Ambrose, you still move slow. That's what he would do.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he would have made fun of his speed. That's right.
Yeah, he wouldn't have made fun of his alcoholism.
No.
The biggest fight is to battle the addiction of alcohol outside of rehab because now it's up to him and only him. Yeah, I mean, his wife's got a baby. She's not always going to be traveling, especially if he goes over to Japan and stuff. Like you said, Brian, you can walk into any store. It's there. Before we get to our awards, match of the night, segment of the night, marked out and petty, our other big kind of talking point is Cody. First, let me just put out there, as Brian says, in case you missed it from our Monday show.
What did I say?
Cody is no longer under contract as a performer or EVP talent. But I think we all determined, Brian, that this is probably just a work.
Yes. Also, you're putting words in my mouth. I believe I didn't say that he wasn't no longer an EVP. I don't think that was.
No. That was DP put that on the board after we were talking about the performance.
Is that
contract.
confirmed though? Because I don't know if that. I don't necessarily.
I mean, does anything we have is any dirt sheet confirmed?
Right. Yeah. This is just discussion. This is just bullshitting with amongst friends. That's right.
I just think I want to play devil's advocate.
To answer your question, I think it's a work. I don't. Yeah,
and that's why I want to play devil's advocate with you. What if it's not a work? What would he do? Where would he go?
WWE, but what? Like, why?
No, I do not think they would take him back.
Yes, they would. 1,000,000%.
No. Maybe 20 years. Maybe in 20 years, like Jeff Jarrett.
I was just gonna say they took Jarrett back.
And how long was it? 20 years.
Yeah, no, it was 20 years, but that's
Bret Hart sat there for 20 years.
Well, that was because he had some fucking strong animosity towards him, and rightfully so.
And you don't think Cody?
Why would Cody have any? No, I don't think Cody has. You think Cody has fucking beef like to the level of Bret Hart, or what was the other one you just threw out there?
I don't know. I know that Bret Hart said what he wanted to say and then went away and stopped talking about it. I know Cody has a sledgehammer.
And punched him.
Yeah, Cody has a sledgehammer to knock down a throne. Then the next week he does this. Mm-hmm. And segue into tonight with the whole pipe bomb. That the one of the we'll talk. I don't even know how to get started on this whole thing, Brian. But one of the things that rubbed me the wrong way was he said, "I've been sitting on this promo for a while, waiting for the right moment, and I don't think that tonight's the right moment, but I'm gonna do it anyway." Like, I mean, like a comedian with a stand-up routine, they want to wait for their HBO special to show. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But a promo should be topical, should be what's going on now, and this felt like he was starting a feud with Punk, and Punk's feud with MJF hasn't even reached its crescendo yet.
Did he actually use the word promo? I didn't hear that.
He used the words pipe bomb.
So that's also what I wanted to talk about, because you can't say it's a pipe bomb and like say it's a pipe bomb. Other people have to say that it's a pipe bomb.
Oh,
it's like
no.
giving yourself your own nickname. Like you don't do that.
He broke the fourth wall.
Talking about the forbidden door too.
Yeah, and talking about how you guys want me to go heel. Like, he's this sanctimonious piece of shit that you are, Cody. That you think not only did you solve racism because you married an African American woman. If that's the case, I think Rob married Kiera before you married Brandy. So Rob solved racism.
And he had a kid too.
Yeah, I mean,
Rob,
come on. I mean,
well, Cody did too. Congratulations to both of you, both fathers. Congratulations.
Well, also, dude, mixed children are so beautiful. So I can understand why people would want to make as many as they can.
Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah, dude. Clearly, they get like the best traits of everybody. It's just anyway. I'm not even like lying. Like I tell my wife all the time, like all the children in my daughter's class that are mixed are like very like, I'm like, wow, you are a cute kid, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And all the ones that are just like normal white, I'm like, it's like somehow reverse racism in the pre-K division.
Whoa.
No, yeah, like all the white kids just look bland and boring, and all the like mixed children are like, wow, like look, you got the prettiest eyes. Look at you, have the prettiest hair. Look at your skin color. It's really weird. Yeah, maybe Rob wasn't here to stop me on that one. So
no, I think you needed to be.
Whatever. I'm just saying most of those white kids aren't cute. That's all. So DP is repeating. He said his performer and EVP contracts are separate. I think this is a work. I don't buy too much into it. And this is him. This is him thinking that he's so big that he can make dirt sheet noise by, he's not under contract.
Maybe he shows up at the Rumble.
We'll stop talking about Peter Avalon if we mention that Cody's contract's expired too. He's working without a contract. He's a champion working without a contract. Fuck. The thing that I also wondered if, and Brian, it was maybe a year ago, we were talking about the dirt sheet, that some of the things that I said were problems with AEW's booking. There was a dirt sheet, I believe you reported it. I could be wrong, but we definitely talked about it, where it said that Cody was in hot water with the other EVPs because he was saying, we need to fix this and fix that and fix this with the booking.
Yeah. I don't know if it was necessarily hot water, but apparently Cody and the rest of the EVPs, their relationship has deteriorated over the years. Yeah.
Right. And so again, I think this is just one of those. It's just a work, and him busting out the pipe bomb line and going all this fourth wall breaks. This is just. He's showing his hand. He's fighting Punk next. And he will be the heel.
Cody will be the heel with Punk.
Yep. You don't think that's what's happening here?
No, I mean, he mentioned him, and I mean, now I guess does Punk have to say, "Oh, you think that was a pipe bomb? Why don't you try this pipe bomb? See, I've got an even bigger pipe bomb. You should see my pipe bomb." They're They're gonna be measuring each other's pipe bomb, and then Cody's gonna be like, "No, it's not. It's cold out. My pipe bomb isn't. I can't. It's still. It's. I was in the pool." And then Punk is, So
This is what I hate that AEW does. They did this with Bryan Danielson when he first debuted, the American Dragon. They started the program with him and Kenny Omega while Kenny Omega was in a program with Christian. He wasn't finished with that program.
yeah,
Christian had taken the Impact title,
sure.
and they were on
they're
their
playing
way to the
seeds.
second match, which was going to
Yeah.
be for the AEW title. And before they got to that second match, Bryan Danielson debuted, and they just
I have
looked
no
past
problem with that.
Really?
No, I like it. I like when there's
So-
multiple
so
little
They've
seeds
done.
planted.
I think they've. Here's MJF and CM Punk. They haven't even reached, the top level, and it's just like, yeah, where's Punk going next? Because for us, that was part of a little bit of the intrigue sometimes. Even with WWE, like, who's next? Well, who are they going to fight next? Who's the next contender? Who's this?
Sure. So
Now-
you don't like them telegraphing who the next feud is what you're saying? A little bit. I'm not saying like
I
that's-
don't like them. I don't mind if they weren't in the middle of a feud and wanted to telegraph it. That's fine. Like if Punk was in the middle of fighting random dudes, like I'm gonna fight
Sure.
Daniel Garcia this week. I'm gonna fight El Idolo next week. I'm not in an
Yeah. actual
actual feud. I'm just fighting people. And Cody wanted to call his shot. Makes sense.
Okay.
But when somebody is in a current program, it
Yeah.
feels like you're shitting on that current program by starting another one.
Oh no. See, I like how
Who
things
needs-
intertwine and twist. That's what I enjoy.
The only time you need to do that, Brian, is if the payout is a triple threat.
No, what? The
Why
payout
would
is
you
different.
want the three-way connection of Cody is now connected to MJF?
Because now that
via
beef
CM
is
Punk.
planted. The beef is there. And then the beef has time to grow and blossom and get real beefy. Like
Yeah.
Virgil.
Oh,
Like
deep
Virgil size beefy.
dude, this is wow.
Hmm.
Wow. I've got to read it, but it disgusts me as I'll read it. What Daniel Price put up here. He says,
Will we get canceled?
No. What?
What?
No, we won't be canceled. He says,
Okay.
watch them do something stupid like Cody saying if Tony Khan wants him to re-sign, he gets the challenge for the AEW title. Even worse, Daniel Price wrote, did you guys forget about Punk holding WWE hostage? He puts in quotation marks. When he walked out of
Right.
Money in the Bank in Chicago with the belt and kissed Vince goodbye, then Cena got a new belt and they fought over the real one.
Right.
Hey,
Summer of Punk.
that was break fourth wall, and that was the contract dispute brought to light by WWE. But here's the thing: before Cena and Punk fought over the real one, Punk was gone for months.
Right. He was legit. And he also didn't help build the company. Like,
Yeah.
that's also something else that you have to take
No,
into
yeah.
account.
He was gone for like 2 or 3 months. Cena was not just a placeholder; he was running around as the champ.
Yeah, he was a big day swinging then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both title reigns are acknowledged. Punk got the days for while he was gone, and Cena got the reign for while he was gone. And
Yeah.
then they got a new one. Cody was gone 5 days. And they crowned an interim. That's why I'm
That
saying
was
this.
so weird.
And that's the other thing, Brian. So he's not only is MJF still battling Punk, but Cody has to settle the beef with Sammy, right? The interim.
Oh,
champ.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that match is already set
So-
up. They set it up for, yeah.
So you're looking past all of it. You're like, hey, fuck Punk and MJF. Punk's going to be with Cody next. Hey, fuck Sammy and Cody because Cody's going to be with Punk next. Like, you are shitting on the current programs to set up the new one, and not in a subtle way. If it was subtle, Brian, I agree with you. You want to sow the seeds so that when it ends, it's there to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
But what about the fact that it's going to be a ladder match? We haven't even set that up. I mean, there was pretty much they were teasing that.
That's what's going to happen. Punk's
So
going to be in the ladder match.
I think that's pretty cool.
Punk's going to be in the ladder match. Great.
No, he's not. It's going to be a one-on-one with Cody and fucking Sammy. It's a unification match.
Oh, well, that one. Sorry. I thought you were talking about it
afterwards?
Yeah, I thought it was another Casino Royale after that for his next.
No. I like that. I like that part of it.
Yeah, Cody thinks he's got that kind of thunder, and he doesn't. This is the discount version. Yeah, Cody. This is Cody. Just in my opinion, Brian being full of himself.
What if he just turns heel? I mean, it worked for Roman.
Dude, he called it out there. He called it out there. This felt like a WWE pop test promo.
I hate that he said the heel promo.
You guys are talking about wanting me to go heel. Like, this was a pipe bomb pop test. It
pipe bomb. Yeah, saying that pipe bomb
But you know what I mean by the pop test? Like, I used to remember okay, you're the champion, Ryan.
Of course. Who did I beat?
And you come out and you talk about all these people backstage think they want a piece of the title, and you name drop me and the crowd cheers. You name drop Rob and the crowd boos. You name drop Kiera and they cheer, and you name drop Steve and they cheer.
Yeah.
So Vince is trying to gauge the 4 competitors, and by the way, those 4 are going to be in a fatal 4-way later tonight for your number 1 contender. And then Vince chooses which pop he liked and wants to run with.
Yeah.
So
that's good shit.
Got a 5 spot that says Punk beats MJF, Page beats Archer, Punk challenges Page, Punk beats Page, Cody challenges Punk. Okay. Here's DP. The first parts of this are just so fucking obvious. MJF is going to lose because of Wardlow. Plain and simple.
I think it might break down after the match.
No, I think it breaks down in the end because it gives you a little bit of legitimacy to hand the L to MJF so that he can still say
it's because of Wardlow. Do you mean because he does something clumsily?
No. No. He overtly I don't know the man. I don't know what his talents are beyond the ring, but Wardlow tonight might have earned a Wrestling Academy Award nomination for his nonverbal reactions to everything that MJF said in that promo, Brian. If it weren't for another promo when we get to segment of the night, that probably would have been my segment of the night. MJF did the perfect smarmy. I got to apologize. I crossed the line, but sets a bad precedent. I got to dock your pay. You know, maybe one day you'll get there and get that W for me.
Right.
You know, and all this other stuff. So, no. I think he just, Wardlow has enough, and he costs him that feud. Because here's the other thing. Where does MJF go after that? If not straight
right to Wardlow. You mean after Wardlow?
No, after he's done with Punk. He has to go to Wardlow.
100% Wardlow.
He's had a feud with Darby. He's had a feud with Punk now. He's had feuds with Jericho. He's had feuds with Cody. He's not quite ready.
People that have gotten too close to him.
Yeah, he's not quite ready for the title yet. They still want to keep him away. So it makes sense that he has to go settle his score with Wardlow, the dissolution of Pinnacle, or maybe Pinnacle carries on without him. Who knows? Maybe he sells it to Idolo. I don't know, something stupid like
to Idolo.
You know what I'm saying? But they do something stupid. MJF, I mean, I think that's obvious. I don't know if Punk goes right after the title, but maybe he does. So, Ryan, let's go into our awards. Unless you got anything else, let's go into the awards.
The one thing, wait, tell me what the awards were.
We got match of the night, segment of the night, marked out award, and the Petty Town.
No, you know what? I'll save this one for Petty. I'll save this one. Never mind.
Okay.
So you can go ahead with your awards.
I'm going to start with match of the night. And and but it's got a giant asterisk on it.
Okay.
Thank you to JR for explaining this to me. And just put a terminology on it to throw it out there. JR said that tonight's match was a mixed tag match between Orange Cassidy, Chris Statlander, and Britt and Adam Cole.
Okay.
And not an intergender match. The defining difference is that when the guy tags in, the girl has
Yeah,
to,
they have to, bye-bye. Yeah.
So I thought it was going to be an intergender match. I would have been a little more excited. With that said, it was a decent story. The problem is I feel like this is just dragging out the feud I don't care about of Super Click Red Dragon versus Best Friends. I don't care about that feud. I'm waiting to get for Red Dragon and
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm waiting for the meat and the potatoes. You're giving me a moose boosh, if you will.
What the fuck is a moose boosh? What is that?
You don't remember? That's from Ted Lasso when he's like, I'm ready for the main course. The moose boosh is like an appetizer. I don't actually know what it is, but that's.
I might have fallen asleep. So I fall asleep sometimes throughout television show when I'm not watching wrestling. So I'm kind of like you. I've seen you fall asleep during wrestling.
Yeah.
And during other stuff too.
Yeah, of course.
South Park.
So yeah.
Walking Dead.
No, I didn't
driving.
What? I did really enjoy this match though. The overwhelming pop when Orange Cassidy was kicking the crap out of Britt Baker was pretty fun for me. Brian, what was your match tonight?
Match of the night. I know you're gonna disagree with me, but I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to take it, and you're gonna have to like it. The fucking House of Black. Squashing the Varsity Blondes. Just an excellent way to, present.
Are you
AEW world? What?
Are you happy that Malachi Black is in the tag division?
You know what I am.
Do you think he and Ricochet? Oh, sorry, not he and Ricochet. He and Brody King are going to be tag champs now.
I think they'll eventually get there. Absolutely. I mean, they're already setting up. They're the contenders.
I'm not going to go through. I'm not. My catchphrase is check the tape. I'm not going to go through the tape. But I remember you shitting all over Ricochet and Aleister Black in the tag division.
Yeah.
And how he needed to be on his own. But now here in AEW, you're praising him being part of a tag team, a Frankenstein team.
It's not Frankenstein.
Oh, because they both have crazy tattoos? Ricochet had a ton of tattoos.
I can't say it. PWG tag team champions.
Okay.
Okay.
This
is my award, man. This isn't your award. This is my award.
You are right. And if I had my ding ding, you get a point.
I would.
Match of the night on the board. Christopher Stikelether says Serena Deeb and Sky Blue. It wasn't a long match, but I enjoyed it just as much. Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa are the unsung heroes of AEW's women's division. They do not get enough credit. They put on banger matches, even in a short stint like this. I agree with you. Segment of the night. I'm just going to say mine, Brian. It's real simple in 2 words. I've already talked about it, but I'll say it here. I'm thirsty.
For what, Adam?
For blood.
Oh, yeah. That was a good problem.
Yeah. Mox segment of the night. And you know I'm a huge Mox fan, so.
Yeah.
Bring it, 2022. What you got? Segment of the night.
I mean, how could we can't say anything else. I mean, that was absolutely the segment. The crowd came unglued. He got a guy kicked out.
You don't think Cody's so full of himself? You don't think that he that promo he saved was segment of the night, Brian?
No. And if anything, I mean, pipe bomb. Talk about pipe bomb. I mean, Moxley's was a pipe bomb.
You can't say it's a pipe bomb.
You can't say it's a pipe bomb. You can't. Like,
It's like saying something's epic while it's happening.
that's right.
It doesn't work.
No.
Segment of the night, John Moxley on the board. Yeah, I mean, they're even agreeing with us. Marked out moment. Mine. I liked Eddie Kingston, and Santana and Ortiz telling Jericho, you know, if it weren't for you, they probably would have already been tag champs by now.
Was a good line.
And one that I've said on this show before, I really think that they haven't scratched the surface of what they're capable of with Santana and Ortiz, which is why I get so upset, Brian, at the Bucks, how they screwed up that tag division after a year of their title reign, because you had so many good teams that were doing such good work at the time. FTR, Proud and Powerful, Santana Ortiz, LAX 2.0, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Those guys, I know Butcher and the Blade. Butcher got hurt. I know Best Friends, Trent got hurt. You know, I know part of it's not the Bucks' fault that this shit got stalled in there. But there was a time, man, where it was not even close how good the tag division was in AEW, that no other company could touch it.
No, I mean, I think they're still there. I mean, if anything, they're like even beyond that. I feel like their tag division is like still untouchable.
No,
I mean,
I feel like they're
Briscoes are coming in too.
I mean, yeah, but I don't feel they're booking them properly there. I feel they stalled out for so long. And I'm not referring to Hangman and Omega did fine. I'm referring to during the Bucks run, how many, and this is, I don't know if it's the Bucks' fault, but how many teams they just put up for no reason. Like, you aren't even a team. Like, why does Scorpio Sky tell Kazarian and Daniels he was leaving to go be a single star, and then winds up with Ethan Page? Like,
right.
Why is Darby Allin fighting with Sting against actual tag teams instead of just?
Well, I think the Sting thing was obviously that's been planned.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying.
Sure.
What was your marked out moment?
Marked out moment. You know what? I gotta say, the Punk match, and it wasn't even really a match. I mean,
oh, that wasn't anything.
It wasn't, but I did not expect that, so it kind of caught me off guard. Therefore, it made me mark out a little bit. I wouldn't say I like.
All right, so poor fucking Sean Spears.
Say it again. Oh yeah, the accountability buddy. Yeah.
If you have a fiance like Peyton Royce, is this just the universe balancing thing out?
Whoa. Peyton Royce. Who's that?
I don't know what her new name is.
Cassie Lee.
Sure. If you have a fiance like, if you have a fiance like Cassie Lee, does the universe have to balance that out? And they're like, hey, Spears, you're gonna be a jobber no matter what company you're in.
Hey, that's not nice.
Spade is a spade, Brian. I was very excited when Spears came out. He got the chairman gimmick. He got Tully. I thought, oh, they're invested in him, but he hasn't been booked like a guy that they're invested in. You have to agree with that.
Who?
Sean Spears.
He's kind of got lost in the shuffle a little bit.
I'm just saying, is he just a yes or no question? Is he booked like a guy they're invested in currently?
Yes, he's on TV.
Cassie Lee. I didn't know Spears and Cassie Lee got married already. So congratulations there.
No, yeah.
DP marked out. He said Pac, he's really good at hide and seek. Stike says the Pac video package after the House of Black match. That's the first time Black looked a little rattled. You know, they do. AEW is really good at finding those home runs. But typically it's like they don't know what to do after. I think Malachi Black and Pac are perfect feud. I think that is going to be I wish it weren't involving Brody King and stuff and was just a singles thing. Just like I want to just see Orange Cassidy against Adam Cole. But I think that's going to be a hell of a feud.
Yeah. Do you think they're using too many like eye gimmicks? Too many blindness, too much. We had Mox with the eye patch.
Well, they had 3 people with eye patches at the same time back when Mox had it.
Right.
And all 3 of them grew their eyes back. So, well,
it's not like they lost their eye and it fucking
it's
regenerated. That's not true.
As long as they don't rename you, what is it, Boris? What the fuck did they name Walter now?
Gunther.
Yeah.
Gunther.
Yeah.
No longer Gunther Stark. So no worries. He's not named after the Nazi anymore.
Okay.
Just Gunther, like the guy from.
Somebody thought Gunther Stark was they thought it was very Game of Thrones like, it.
Gunther Stark?
Yeah. They were like, let's do it.
What about like Zoe Stark though? Isn't she in NXT right now?
Yeah,
it's supposed to be like
the name Stark is not Nazi. It's Gunther Stark. That's a Nazi.
Oh no. I know the Gunther thing. I know Gunther Stark that's the Nazi thing. But like still like they already have a Stark there. You could have picked any fucking name, and you picked the same one. I mean, come on.
Oh man, I need you to eat. I need you to eat a big bag of crow.
Big bag of crow? Is
yes.
it gluten free? Okay.
For everything that you just said, you need to eat some crow. So you don't like Gunther Stark and Zoe Stark. Are you okay with Christian Cage and Brian Cage? What about Ethan Page and Adam Page?
Yes, because you know what? They didn't change their names after they were already signed and wrestled there for fucking 2.5, 3 years or whatever the fuck it is. Walter's already established. He was established before he got there. Makes zero sense.
Yeah. Daniel Price says Walter probably doesn't want them trademarking his real name. DP, you can't trademark your real name. Just can't. That's why Ultimate Warrior legally changed his name to first name Ultimate, last name Warrior.
No, it was just Warrior. He was just Warrior.
I thought he wrestled under the name Warrior, but he changed. I thought he changed his name, first name Ultimate.
Almost certain he just changed it to Warrior.
I'm not going to die on the hill
another day.
But no, yeah, I mean that's why Vince changes everybody's name is to get trademark. He, it always shocked me that Jeff and Matt Hardy were allowed to use their name. Like I got Kurt Angle, I got Brock Lesnar. They came in with huge amateur status.
Well, that's their real names.
Well, no. But I'm saying like the reason Shawn Michaels exists is not because Michael Higginbottom is a lame name. It's because Vince wanted to own it. The reason Hulk Hogan exists is because Vince wanted to own it. Terry Bollea didn't carry any weight, but Kurt Angle, his real name, the Olympic gold medalist, carried weight.
Right.
So did Brock.
Chad Gable, he's the newest one. He's keeping his name.
You mean Gable Stevenson?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Although they renamed his brother. His brother is signed, and they changed his name. He's not an Olympic guy. I don't know, or maybe he is, but I don't think he won a gold.
But that's my point, is if your name carries something. Vince never owned the Steiner brothers. So he gets Steiner's kid. What's the first thing he does?
Changes Braun Breaker.
Changes his fucking name.
Braun Breaker, break it for me. Braun Breaker, took it for me.
Hardy's not their real last name. It's Harvey. I didn't know that.
No, I think he's fucking with you.
Oh.
Is he? Yeah. Jeff Harvey.
Honky Tonk Man bought the rights to Jim Duggan. You can buy the rights to the character. Like if it was Hacksaw Jim Duggan, you can trademark the character Hacksaw Jim Duggan. You can't own the name. The guys can still go around and be like, I'm Jim Duggan. Like you can't own his name. You can own the gimmick. So I think you're confusing. Honky Tonk Man probably bought the gimmick, or the rights to the gimmick. And Rocky says, Warrior.
No, it wasn't just, it was one word. It was just one name. I'm pretty sure it was just Warrior.
Yeah. Rocky's saying he thinks he's pretty sure it was Warrior.
Warrior.
Petty award of the night. Brian, do you want to kick it off or do you want me to go?
Yeah, no, let me take this one. Ethan Page, during his promo, he referred to himself as the franchise player, which, all right, he didn't call himself the franchise, but still, it's a little bit too close to Shane Douglas. Soft spot in my heart for him. ECW. I love original ECW. And he was there for WCW when the ship was going down, so he's the only franchise.
Now in wrestling, if you come out and say that you are the franchise, you are stealing Shane Douglas's gimmick.
In wrestling, yes.
Yes. If you say that you want to be the franchise player, that's a term that's used across all sports.
It's just a little
including
too close.
Including wrestling. Other people have said, I want to be the franchise player. I want, like, I get what you're saying, but there is a fine line. Franchise player and being the franchise are different.
Yeah. No, I hear you, but
it's like the game. I want to be a game player.
But
versus the game,
right? So no one's going to be the game player.
But why? People play games. I'm a game player
because it's too close to the game.
No,
everyone's gonna think of AAA.
It makes it completely different when you add a second word.
No.
The game, the
you
goat.
Sound like Vanilla Ice right now.
No.
Din, 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 din.
Yeah, and mine goes do.
Yeah.
Oh, the court decision on that is still hilarious. You know what the court decision was on all that, right?
I don't. What was it? It was probably bullshit, though.
The court's decision was that writing credits had to be awarded to Freddie Mercury, Brian May, and David Bowie.
All right.
The three authors of Under Pressure.
Authors of Pain, yes.
And they had to be given the royalties. So if you look up, and they hate this, they said it. Well, only one of them's still living, Brian May. And Freddie was never living.
Well, Vanilla Ice is still around.
Yeah, but Ice doesn't hate it. I mean, he probably hates it, but like Brian May hates the fact that he's credited now as an author to Ice Ice Baby.
I'm sure his bank account doesn't. I mean, he doesn't need help from fucking his main gig, but still.
Yeah. Petty awards on the board. The ladder match with Cody and Sammy, to me, it's a ripoff of Michaels and Razor. Everything's a ripoff in AEW.
Well, everything's a ripoff of everything. Let's just get that out.
No, but I mean, they do straight things. I mean, and not in the Punk way. Punk's been doing a lot of like Hitman homages in his matches, or a nod to him. But like, just ripping the exact storyline.
Yeah. Well,
they did it from Japan, where most of us wouldn't know the difference, and I get it. The Ring was originally a Japanese movie. The Grudge was originally a Japanese movie. There's a lot of movies that have come over from other countries, foreign films that were remade in America.
Yeah.
I get that. But when you do too many of the details that are exactly the same, like there was a movie, Brian, called Open Your Eyes. It was actually a Spanish film called Abre los Ojos, which translates to Open Your Eyes.
What about Abre la Boca?
It was remade, Brian, here in America as Vanilla Sky.
Okay.
What's fucked is that, with the exception of the Times Square scene, it's almost a shot-for-shot remake, and Penelope Cruz plays the same role in both movies.
Well,
so that's what I'm saying. When you get the details too close, it's no longer like I don't want to hear a cover song where they just cover it. Can you change the tempo? Did you change the words? Did you add this? Did you add that?
No, I disagree. I feel like people, when they want to see cover bands, they want to hear the song. They don't want to hear your interpretation of it. They want to hear the hit.
When you see a cover band, but if someone's trying to make a hit with that cover, they need to make some changes. Otherwise, they're just a cover band.
Sure, they're just a cover band.
Thank you for making my point. Cody is just a cover band that's playing at the local Coke bar. He shouldn't be on the world stage.
Yeah, you don't say that.
Daniel Price, Petty Ward, AEW ripping off the dual IC ladder match with Shawn and Razor by inserting Cody. See, more than one person on the board is putting that out there. I know you can buy rights to a gimmick, but if Walter uses his real name as a ring name, Vince could trademark the hell out of it. He could trademark it in a character sense only. It's still his name. Kurt Angle was able to go and work under Kurt Angle. Other guys were able to work Christian Cage because he owned Christian Cage.
Sure.
You know, like there's it's a case by case basis. But Daniel Price is saying, example, Vince has trademarks out the wazoo on one Brock Edward Lesnar. Yeah, he's got the Beast. He's got all the fucking trademarks on there. But guess what? Brock Lesnar went to UFC, and what was he? He was Brock Lesnar.
Because that's it's his fucking name. What would he be?
He didn't pay Vince,
Unicorn Fighter.
Yeah, he didn't pay Vince anything. He didn't have to get Vince's permission to use his name in UFC or anywhere else in the world. It's his name. Vince has all the trademarks on the Beast, on Suplex City. Yeah, he's got all those. That's what Vince does very, very well. But Vince, on a lot of guys that didn't have Brock Lesnar's background before Vince, he changed the name.
There was a short period, and I feel like I have to sneeze, and it's just like sitting here, and it's terrible. Hang on.
Wow.
Awesome radio.
What was your point of before the sneeze? Did you have something you're coming to say?
I still had to sneeze. I can't help it. All right, what was my point? There was a period of time where he was signing indie talents and they were just keeping their names. It seemed like he was on board with letting them keep their IP and all that, but it seems like now they're straying away from that.
I wonder though, when you say that time period, I don't think he was ever on board. I think that was Triple H.
I agree. Yeah, I think it was a Triple H thing, right?
I think it was Triple H had some rope to hang himself with, and
I agree.
He chose to do that way because that way he got some pop. Hey, we're bringing.
Well, and he got a lot of names to come in. Like, hey, you can come to WWE and keep your fucking shit. Like,
if Roderick Strong had come in under a different name, I probably would not have known that NXT had signed him. Instead, I see a dirt sheet that they signed Roderick Strong. I'm like, I know Roderick Strong.
Oh shit, I know Roderick Strong. Right.
I know Samoa Joe. I know Bobby Roode. But
maybe they're repackaging Samoa. Oh no, he's already gone.
You know, but you know what I'm saying? If he brought some of those big signings in under different names, you know, Tommy End, by then he started changing them.
Right.
You know, Adam Cole, Daniel Bryan just reversed his first and last names.
Bobby Fish stayed. I mean, Kyle O'Reilly, all those guys stayed.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross, I mean, they changed his. He was Killer Kross.
Well, but they were getting weird about stuff like that. I think Killer Kross to Karrion Kross was much like War Raiders to Viking Raiders. They were trying to get away from Killer and War and whatever, you know. I get that. I can understand that a little bit. In any event, we have run our course. I'm gonna last stop is my petty. My petty is super petty tonight, Brian. It's not the super pettiest of the petties, but man, MJF and Wardlow. You guys got to go easy on the spray tan, fellas. You were Trump levels of orange tonight, MJF. And what's worse is your eye, when they put so much spray tan on there, you can see the white,
the little
and
the little caps that protect their eyes.
And he's doing close-up shots in the camera with his it looks like you know how the superheroes like Robin and stuff would wear that little mask, you know, that you think is hiding their secret identity. He's like the inverse of it. This is white and the rest of his face is colored. But anyway, dude. Wardlow was pretty even. His might be natural, but MJF's was clearly some spray tan. Bro, go easy on it. You looked a little orange. There's the line. Orange Cassidy isn't is not even orange. Anyway, big news, Brian, as we close the show down.
What?
Do you know what Monday is?
It's not Cinco de Mayo. It's not Canadian Box Day. It's our last show. Last Monday.
It is our last Monday show for the 6 years that Marked Out Wrestling has been in business. The Monday show has been our flagship signature show. And with Rody Rob's retirement, so to speak, from active duty.
He'll still pop in.
Yeah. You know, that this is the end of an era with the Monday show going away. Of course, Brian and I will still be covering AEW each Wednesday until it reaches WWE levels of repetitiveness.
Right.
Which it's, you know, we don't do rematches, constant rematches. But this one's a 6-man tag match. We already did an 8-man a regular tag, and a 10-man.
Yeah.
But we haven't done a 6-man or singles, so we're waiting for the singles for the pay-per-view, because that's going to be 7 or 8 hours long. That part's true. Looks like WWE is getting another young female talent. It's being rumored for Ring of Honor's champion Roxy is signing with WWE.
Yeah, she just dropped she dropped the title to
I thought Ring of Honor was gone. How are they still having everything going on, and they have a big promotion?
Off the traditional, they're not like trying to make it like how WWE and Impact are with like a actual. They're gonna make it more of like an indie,
like GSW.
I mean, yeah, but I think they're gonna run a little bit. Yeah, similar to that, but I think still on a big scale. They're still going to be a big name. They still have that name value, that name and global brand, really. But they're not gonna have like, I think, TV and stuff. They're still going to run events.
They're not going to have a roster, basically.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be more like, I guess to equate, it would be like PWG, like where they just bring in a lot of awesome talent for a lot of good matches. They'll have angles and whatnot, I imagine, but.
All right, so right as we close, we got our Rody Rob cameo. We can shut it down now. For Bionic Brian, I am Adam Baum. We will be back next week for some Dynamite, but come here Monday. Last chance to catch us on a Monday. Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. We'll see you next time. Same smart time, same smart channel.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is brought to you by Rody Rob.
Marked Out Podcast is produced and edited by Unicord Studios and is recorded live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Subscribe, follow, and listen to us live following WWE programming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle Ravepro. That's RAVEPRO.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.